All right, perfect. So can you just tell me a little bit about your role as the Director of Veteran Affairs?
Yeah, my primary role is an advocate for our student veterans here on campus, as well as their dependents. I'm also the school certifying official for Department of Veteran Affairs education benefits, which most people may know as the GI Bill. So the GI Bill supports our student veterans through tuition, the book stipend, living allowance. And we also have disabled veterans using disability benefits from the VA as well.
Great. So what kind of outreach do you do for the veterans in the community?
So we have a good relationship with the town of Hamden. They have a Hamden Veterans Committee run by veterans from eras World War II all the way up through present conflict. Also, we did a crowdfunding site. The school did, the Alumni Affairs and Development did a crowdfunding for memberships to the Hamden American Legion, which is on Dixwell Avenue. So we raised enough funds for over 30 memberships. So it's a good place for us to take our student veterans off campus. They have meeting rooms there and areas that they can kind of unwind and have camaraderie right here in Hamden. So it's nice. And it gets our younger veterans out there mingling with some of our older veterans in the community, which is great.
Great. So I read on MyQ that there's around over 110 student veterans. Is that correct?
Yeah, we got close about 180
Oh, wow. Okay.
student veterans. Some of those are online, so the on ground are about 140, 150 student veterans on campus, both North Haven, about 50 in the grad programs, and then the rest the majority of them are undergraduate students using GI Bill benefits here.
Great. So what plans or improvements do you have for student veterans? What do you want to see the program reaching to? Yeah,
there's the school leadership to include faculty and staff. The president, I'm meeting with her in December, but the provost, Mark Thompson, who's been here since I started working here 5 years ago, actually he's been here a lot longer than that, is really hands-on with how we support our non-traditional students to include our veterans. So last year I provided him with a strategic plan, kind of a long-range plan of expanding space here. We do have a veterans lounge, we call it Ready Room, here in this Center for Communications and Engineering that enables them to get out of the fray. There's TV, refrigerator, stuff like that they can bring their lunches. We use grant money that we received from Student Vets of America. So expanding the space as our veteran population grows is important. I'm fighting for potential priority enrollment because our veterans are commuters, and many of them balance work and life. Some are married with children. So if they could perhaps get priority enrollment. I know we don't do that for anybody, even our athletes here, so I understand the school's position on that, but I'm biased. I like working for the student vets, being one myself, and so that's two of the big priority things. And then doing more marketing and recruiting, not just in the local area, but in East Coast, West Coast, around large military concentration areas, and tell them about the good programs that we have here that they may be interested in, and bring them here.
Great. I saw the lounge yesterday. It's beautiful.
Yeah, isn't it great?
I walked in, I wasn't expecting it. I was like, oh my goodness, this is so
I know. Well, we
awesome.
got, like I said, we got close to $10,000. It was actually through Home Depot.
Okay.
Home Depot sponsored it, so all the gear we had to get was from Home Depot, but they'd be surprised at what you can get from Home Depot stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, like standard stuff, they got a refrigerator, coffee, microwave, extra seating, lighting, paint, the kind of nice color in there. But other things too, like clocks and the military flags that are hanging in there. So we spent the money. We actually used some of it too at North Haven. There's a small room there as well that is kind of a veterans just break room. But I mean, there's desks in there, and some of the students use it for studying. But we'd like to expand that space as well, get bigger
Great.
space.
So Quinnipiac was voted #1 in Connecticut for veterans. How does that make you feel about the program overall?
It's good. Military Times, it's like a daily news type magazine that comes out once a week, and all the services have a subset of that. So Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps, and Army Times come out, and it's good marketing for us. The survey is very comprehensive. It's kind of a pain to do. You got to go back 3 years. It looks at retention rate, graduation rates, opposed to traditional students, veterans, spouses, dependents. And it's a testament to our veterans here that work hard, mission focused, and do well in the coursework here and handle the rigor relatively well. So I'm proud of them to be ranked that high, and it's kind of a testament, as I mentioned, too, to the school, to the faculty that do provide good advising to those veterans. Anytime there's a struggle, they reach out to the students, they reach out to me, get them set to the Learning Commons. So I think even though we have a smaller amount of student veterans compared to some of the other top schools in the country, it shows that they work hard. The school cares about them, and that's really, I think, to anybody, if you know that someone or some entity cares about you, you're going to care about your work and be professional and be proud of what you accomplish, and that's what our student vets do here. I think that's a large part of why we rank so high, because they work so hard, and the staff do the same, and faculty.
Absolutely. So do you find that the veterans have an easier time adapting because of all the work that you guys do and all the benefits that you provide for them?
Yes and no. So I try and take some of the administrative burden off of them as well as the other offices, but we're still a traditional school here where these are less than 2% of the population. So most of our students are straight out of high school, and there are some policies and practices that are a little more rigid to navigate with student veterans that may commute, may need certain flexibility with schedules and stuff like that. So I think when you have a school with a mantra that says, look, we'll try and take the burden off you, and to have a position that, a position that I'm in here, other schools do it as well. We have somebody that can link up with financial aid, admissions, and all. Especially when they're applying and their first semester can be tough navigating, especially with VA benefits that aren't easy. So I think that makes it easier, and easier is relative in a way. I think what's difficult for adult learners to come back to school is the loss of identity from the military. And now you're coming here, and now you're just Matt or Mary, and you got to try and strive to get that camaraderie again that you've had in the military. And it's a very structured environment, coming to an unstructured environment of a college campus. And I see it in our younger veterans that come right out of the military and come here. Can sometimes be tough to navigate. And then just writing, some of the writing issues can, you're writing and doing research, and in the military it's very communications brevity and acronyms, and so navigating that can be a little bit difficult as well. Time management things too, that structured environment we talked about.
Mm-hmm. And then the last question I have is, what would you say to anyone coming out of the military that was looking at Quinnipiac? What advice would you give to them?
Some veterans that do well here, they go to community college. I'm not saying that's what you have to do. Some folks go to community college, do a semester, do a year, and then kind of see what college life is like, and then come to a 4-year school. Others come straight out and do well. But I say, just have them do the research a little bit too about the benefits, how they work, and then how it fits the program they want to do here. And the advice that would be, don't be afraid to ask for help too. Many veterans have a warrior mentality where if you ask for help, it's a sign of weakness. So, and I found that most of the veterans now, we make them feel comfortable when they first come here. We do an orientation specific for veterans where, hey, I'm approachable. My door's always open. If I'm here, come on in and let me know what's going on, and we'll try and point you in the right direction, even if I don't know the answer. So, for those that are out there, going back to school here, that the school will care about them, take care of them, and do the best effort to make them succeed in getting their degree, and whether it's an advanced degree or an undergrad degree or both.
Great. Do you have anything else you want to add that we didn't touch upon?
No, I think that's pretty good coverage there.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. No, thank you. Okay, you all set?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So can you just tell me a little bit like what your specific title is for the organization?
Sure. I'm Jordan Ashley. I'm the president of the Student Veteran Organization here in Quinnipiac. I also work for Jason Burke, who's the administrator for Veterans Affairs. I work with him, do a lot of things, doing events and doing charity stuff, as well as just day-to-day things with veterans and keeping everything kind of going smoothly.
Great. So what kind of events are you doing this week to reach out and because Veterans Day is on Sunday?
So this week, we every Veterans Day we have a flag raising that we do. So the university lets us use the big flagpole and everything, and we do a flag raising event there where most of the veterans come out. Some come in uniform, some don't. The RCC comes, and we have a color guard, and we raise the flag. And last year we had the a cappella group sing the national anthem. It was great. This year I think they're also doing that as well. I should know that by now, but I don't. So that, and as well as on the day that we do the flag raising, we also do our annual event. It's called Cup of G.I. Joe, where we give away donuts and coffee to students as they go to class, and we ask them to sign cards that we send to deployed soldiers that are abroad, as well as we take donations to build care packages to also send.
Great. So what other future plans do you have besides this week leading up to Veterans Day?
So we do, we're doing chuckle puck a few times in the coming weeks with the hockey team. I'm actually, this Saturday, this Sunday, we're doing an event with Resident Life. They are doing a Veterans Day Appreciation, or Veterans Appreciation Day event. So they're building care packages and things like that as well. We donated a hockey jersey that we had for them to raffle off to get more people to come and support and everything. So they're doing a fundraiser for that, and there will be a panel of veterans there. We'll be there to do things. I mean, Veterans Life, Resident Life did pretty much everything, getting ready for this. They pretty much took control of everything. We just kind of helped out where we could, but they did a lot of good work, and we're really proud to be able to help them with this. And it's really grateful that other student organizations really take an interest in veterans as well. And then there are several fraternities that have reached out to me. Their philanthropy organizations are veterans charities, so we're helping them with several different events coming up. As well as at the end of the month, we have our annual dodgeball tournament, which we raise money for veterans charities. So we give away a $500 grand prize. We have a big trophy that we give away to the winner, so it should be a great time.
Great. I was just about to ask you, do you think that the university does enough to support the veterans in the Quinnipiac community?
Oh, I think so, definitely. From coming here, I applied to the university in August, and I got accepted. And then from there, everybody just reached out to me and said, what do you need to make everything work well for you? From financial aid to the dean of Arts and Science reached out and said, hey, do you need help with getting your schedule together? Just made the process very smoothly, and I know they do that with almost every veteran that comes in, which is really great. I don't even think I could ask for more even if I wanted it. It's just, they're so helpful. It's amazing.
Great. Is there anything else that you want to add?
Well, frankly, I think everything here at Quinnipiac that people do for veterans is amazing, and I'm greatly appreciated to be a part of it. Very honored to be, the head of this organization as I've been for the last 2 years, and I just hope for all the best in the future, and I hope this organization keeps growing, keeps doing great things as they have been doing.
Great, thank you so much.
No problem.
I have literally no complaints when it comes to the school and how they treat us as veterans. We have our own room, we have our own librarian, we have our own resources with Jason Burke, who's our VA director, where he takes care of the paperwork for us.
It's actually been amazing. I went National Guard as well, so they really work with me when it comes to the drills. If I need more time on assignment, they'll help me get more time rather than just throw me under the bus.
Absolutely. We have more events. We have different kinds of apparel, shirts, cool customization, a lot more involvement here in the lounge, a lot more communication with all the vets. and